Welcome everybody back to the SHU Program. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Jay, Marvin, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. A lot
Yep.
to talk about, man.
Busy week, man. Exciting news, exciting games. Gaming is still alive. Still alive and sound.
For
Yeah, very,
sure.
very
For
busy.
sure.
It's gonna be September.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hop right into it. Xbox is our preferred console of choice, so let's go ahead and start with the Xbox Game Showcase. Obviously, a lot of I won't say controversy, but a lot of just people waiting to see exactly what Xbox is going to do. I thought it went pretty well, but let's dive into the showcase a little bit. Just talk about some of the things that came from it. First and foremost, let's talk about how y'all feel about the new system, the new console they released, or is going to be the retro throwback to the original Xbox. How y'all feel about that?
I think it's fire.
Yeah, I think I want to get it.
I think it's fire.
I need to see the trade difference, but I know I like the color. I like the style of it. Even though I never had the original Xbox. I played it by some friends back in the day. I was on PlayStation, but it's definitely a fire throwback. Apparently I think they said there's only a limited amount of them, so if you get your hands on it, there's definitely going to be some high value console that you can save and hopefully get some money for in later years. But yeah, it's fire.
Biggest question is, what's the price going to be? That's what the question is.
It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna get steeper, bro. Like everything's going up with like all these chip shortages. Me being in fashion, like things starting to creep up too. And then another thing, you got this war going on. Like all of this stuff is like tied into it. But I feel like it's gonna be like. I feel like it's gonna be 8. I feel like they're gonna try to get 8.
I can see it being expensive only because it's a one of a kind. Not one of it's a rare edition of it. So I can see why that it'd be expensive, but and it's only going to be a limited amount. So I just need to. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what that trade difference look like. If I could trade my console in, at GameStop or something, and
you're gonna get
if you can do that, if you can do that, it's gonna be about like 6 or 5 after that.
If I trade my console in, and it's still 500 or 600, that's a problem.
Well, I'm telling you,
you better get ready, brother.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
You better get ready. That's what it is. Like, what are we talking about? That's gonna happen. Like
these
niggas trying to. Right, you dealing with GameStop. Then you got, bro. Think about this. How much does the Nintendo Switch 2 cost? What they run like 4 or 5 or some crazy amount? Like, it's over for that, bro. Like, it's a done deal. This is about to be 800 and up, bro.
You probably still have to pay about, I'd say, no less than $450. Probably.
$450, no less than $450. I'll probably say no less than $490, easy.
Well, if it's 200, if I can trade it, all I gotta pay is 200 toward it, I'll buy it. Anything above that, they can get out my face with that. They can miss me with that. But I'm not. And EJ said in the chat, the other day too. Next year, holiday time, they're supposed to be releasing the new console anyway, so it wouldn't make sense for it to be overly expensive. So I would waste my money.
I'm with you. I mean, like I told you, I'm not getting it no way, but it does look nice. It does look nice, and it does remind me of the original Xbox I had. It's the same color, see-through controller, everything is the same. So it is fire, but it's a little too late in the console era, and like Jay said, I put in the chat, it's a little too late when you're about to come out with the new system soon. So
right,
for me, I'm at the pass. Now, if they do one like this for whatever that new system is going to be, whatever their Project Helix or whatever it is, if they do one like that, I'll get that in this, see-through color. But
I don't think they will, though.
Buying an old system that I've already had for 6 years. So
I don't think they're gonna do that with like the retro casing on the systems for the new one.
Well,
I think you probably have to third. I feel like you're gonna third party it. Like it would be dope, but I just feel like genuinely it's so expensive making consoles now. They're not gonna do that, bro. They're not gonna lose no margin for trying to like, oh man, we're gonna add this extra and gonna have to charge. We're kind of pushing on price at this point. They ain't gonna do that. They'll do it later, but not like at launch. No,
nah, I feel you. Well, they'll be.
it's gonna be like plain. It's gonna be whatever it is. Gonna be like plain colors. It's definitely gonna be a black, maybe a white, maybe, and that's it.
I feel you. Well, we'll see what it eventually comes out to be price wise, but Jay, we'll be on the lookout to see what you get from GameStop for that. So let us know how it goes.
They gonna give him the 40 ball. It's gonna be a wrap.
But let's move into the games real quick because I know we saw some good games. We saw some gameplay for some other games that we already knew about. First things first, Marv, you probably got a lot to talk about with this. Let's talk about the trailer we saw for DMZ on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. So, the game, we saw a trailer about a week ago before the actual showcase itself, but we got a chance to look at a deep dive into DMZ during the showcase, and it looks pretty good. How do y'all feel about it? Is this a actual mode that we'll play, more now, other than multiplayer and Warzone? So, both of y'all, I guess we'll go with Marv first. Let me know just, how you feel about it, and do you think it'll actually be something that we can get into and actually play a lot consistently?
I would say as a harsh critic of Call of Duty, DZ actually looks fun. The thing is that I didn't understand the whole angle of them showing the footage with like the over the shoulder view. I didn't like that. I'm like, just go, like, what does it actually look like? Because no one's playing the game that way, right? So I just felt that was weird. So far as like the graphics in the HUD and just how it honestly, it didn't even look like Call of Duty. That was the weird thing about it. I was like, what? It looked like a completely different game. Now, the thing that I think is going to be tricky is that's in the game. It's not like Warzone. So technically, this is behind a paywall. Everybody will hop on Warzone and play Warzone if Warzone's fire because Warzone's free. Like you can just get on Warzone and just play. You don't have to. I don't have to go over here in this mode and pay this money to do this. It's like that's already given to you out the gate. DMZ is going to be behind a paywall, so everybody has to buy the main game in order to get access to DMZ. I don't know if everybody really going to be feeling that because people for dang sure don't care that much about the campaign, right? Then you're going to have multiplayer. So that's where probably people end up building their guns. But kind of how they're mapping it out is that Warzone, DMZ, and like multiplayer, all of these things are like, they have like a universal like leveling system. That's how they're kind of trying to imply it. So it's going to be real interesting to see how it plays. I'm really going to be intrigued because I feel like Call of Duty's basically like mold itself to whatever's going to make the most money and get the most attention. So streamers can play it very, very easily, and like the casual consumer, are willing to buy into it. Like I don't know, it's going to be a strong game, but I don't really have high hopes for Activision and Call of Duty. It's like I feel like they're trying, but also it's a live service game. So it's like, okay, just because it dropped this way, how are y'all going to support this for a year? Like, are y'all going to get those 2, 3, 4 year stretches like you did in old Call of Duties? Versus like, okay, you establish this mode and then next year we're getting another one. Because you already know they never stop. They just keep dropping them. So everything starts feeling stale. But it's got potential. It's just that business ain't right, it's going to fail. Especially for an extraction shooter, like Arc Raiders is they got hella stale. Like it got so stale, I think people are starting to run the marathon just slightly, right? So to have that, an extraction shooter within Call of Duty, like it's got to be strong to keep people to come back like over and over and over again. And I don't know what that's going to look like and how they're going to get it done.
Yep. Jay, how you feel?
When I saw the trailer, I was actually pretty amazed. It looks like they're pushing the new Call of Duty forward with definitely graphically. It looks better. It looks like a next gen title. It's just crazy that we're just now getting something like this, in the last legs of this generation. Um, the combat looks very realistic. We're back to boots to ground, which I think all three of us here appreciate. You know, Call of Duty kind of went back to Activision, kind of went back to the old, jumping and flying and all that extra shit that we don't like. That's not really Call of Duty, and I had to take my leave again because the shit got ridiculous. But what I've seen so far from the trailer is pretty amazing, and now I don't know if I ever played a game where Call of Duty has had a focus on North Korea being an enemy. So now you actually brought something new to the table that actually very much interests me. We've done the Russians, yeah, we did the Vietnam War and stuff like that, but like one of the major powers, U.S. enemy powers, North Korea, we never had a game like that before. So I'm actually very interested in seeing where they take a story like that. As far as the DMZ, they claim that they've learned from other games like Arc Raiders, where you have the the looter third-person shooter type games that really got popular. We saw the popularity of Arc Raiders. We also saw the popularity of well, not the popularity, but we see more games coming to the system like what's the Bungie game called? I can't think of the name. Marathon, yeah. So you see other games like that. You see other games like that coming into the fold, and maybe that's what they wanted DMZ to be when it first got launched. But now they have so much homework from these other games that were successful. They can try to make the field even better because, to be honest, they did the same thing with the Battle Royale scene. When PUBG came out, the Battle Royale, and these other games started doing the Battle Royale, Call of Duty came in, it's like, okay, I think we can do a version of it way better. And they did. They succeeded. Call of Duty had the best Battle Royale on the scene. It got stale, yeah, but it was the best Battle Royale. Everybody got, addicted. So I'm actually very curious on how their version of the looter shooter, or whatever this name of this genre is going to be, this Arc Raider. I'm gonna call it the Arc Raider genre. I'm very curious to see what the Arc Raider genre is going to do for DMZ. I'm really interested in seeing that. It looks cool. They had a nice trailer for it too, so I'm excited. They got my interest. They might have my money. We'll see.
I don't have too much to add to what y'all said. I think y'all brought up good points. I will say, though, something that was mentioned after the showcase. So the original DMZ that we got back, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, that was a beta that came out, and it was a beta all the way through. So it never really got launched in the fullness of what it was supposed to be. So apparently, the Call of Duty 4, this is supposed to be the full-on mode that they had initially intentioned back then. So that's a good sign to see that, like Jay said, that they learned from things that they did in the past, and hopefully they can learn from Arc Raiders and all these other games that are out right now and hopefully perfect it. So it's good to see that, or good to hear that, should I say. Like Jay also mentioned, the graphics do look pretty great. I want to see it when we actually play it, how it looks as well. They kind of up stuff when it comes to these showcases, but from what it looked like, it does look amazing. Like Jay said, boots on the ground again. They did take out Omni movement from the entire game, so that is going to be amazing because that ruined Call of Duty the last couple of years with that Omni movement stuff. So I'm glad they took that away. But all in all, DMZ we had a little fun with it when it first came back out in Modern Warfare 2. So I think if it's an actual realized mode now, we'll be able to go in, play it, and then hopefully it'll be something that we can play alongside, like I said, multiplayer and a Warzone. So I'm thrilled for it. Like I've been telling y'all recently, I've been getting the itch to play Call of Duty anyway because it's been I didn't even play last year. So it's good that they're actually bringing the new enemy in, graphics upgrading, new modes. I think one thing we don't have to worry about, we'll see what the quality is, but they are going to do, season drops, unlike Arc Raiders where it took 4 or 5 months to get new maps, to get new anything. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. I think it'll be Good jump off point for them. Only thing they're going to go up against is GTA. So we'll see how that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we'll see.
apocalypse.
But
yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
yeah. New game. Speaking of something new that they dropped a new trailer for a game called Clockwork Revolution. So, Jay, I'm gonna go to you first on this. Just with us and wanting new console exclusives, how are you feeling about that trailer for this game in particular?
So I'm not really excited for Revolution. I remember when we saw the trailer a year ago when they first released it. It's a callback to the old BioShock type game. I think it's from the creators of BioShock. If I remember.
Yeah, it was odd. It was an odd trailer, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big fan of the BioShock franchise, so this did not speak to me.
Blasphemy.
That's kind of crazy. BioShock was kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie. BioShock was fire.
Like they say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but hey, that's a blasphemous statement. Continue.
That is super crazy, man.
Yeah, just saying, it just didn't speak to me, man. I was on Halo 3 and Gears, man. I was not playing BioShock. I was on Mass Effect, yeah. So no, it did not speak to me. So I mean, it looks interesting. It looks like it's they're kind of I think I was seeing a lot of comparisons and from other gamers too, that is kind of like a different version of BioShock Infinite. But yeah, man, this is not for me. I'm not. I would love to try it. I think it's coming to Game Pass. I might try it and see how it is. But I'm not really. I'm not really. It's not speaking to me, man. It's not speaking to me. You guys might have more fun with that than I might pass on that one.
So for me personally, I'll hop in real quick, Marv. I don't. I'm with you as far as the game didn't appeal to me as much as as I would have liked. I don't really see it as BioShock. I see it as in the same vein as or the artwork style is kind of like this game that came out a while back called like We Happy Few or whatever it was with these weird dudes running around. Like it was a weird art style that I'm not really into like that. If it comes on Game Pass, it might be something that I download just to try to see how it is. But BioShock is more story driven. It was the whole thing with the powers and the whole lore of just that whole universe is something totally different. So I don't see the connection in those two games per se, but this particular iteration of this game doesn't appeal to me as far as like from what I've seen with the story wise and just the way that they're going about like gameplay. So it'll be something that I try, but I'm not really the target market for this particular game. But Marv, I'm interested to see what you think.
I actually thought it was a BioShock game. Like I was up there like, oh, they about to make another one? Like this is crazy. And then the next thing the trailer kind of went on. I was like, man, it's just at once the trailer went on, I was like, it looks like a clone. And I ain't really trying to spend my money to see that versus like, okay, just be official and just come out with an actual BioShock game and just keep it going and do something different. So it just didn't intrigue me. There's other titles that they dropped that just seemed way more interesting than that one. I really wasn't impressed.
I feel you. I mean, for me, if they do, from what I've been told or from what I've read about, BioShock 4 is in development. Is from what I've heard. It's been a couple of years since they released information on it, but I will be getting that game day one for sure. The only issue with that is 3 ended perfectly to me, so it'd be interesting to see where they go from Infinite because Infinite kind of tied everything up together. It brought you back to game 1. They dropped a DLC which brought you even further back in game 1. And it tied everything up with a bow. So I just don't know where they go from there with BioShock. But this particular game, I don't know, man. We'll see. It's not my cup of tea at the moment. But like I said, I'll give it a try when it actually, drops just to maybe take 10, 15 minutes into it to see how it is. But I think we all in agreement on that we'll have to wait and see. It's not our cup of tea at the moment. So. Speaking of other games that we played before, y'all saw the Doom the Dark Ages trailer. Jay, I know you said you don't really play it with the movement style and everything, but Marv, what about you? You think you're going to get into it?
I'll give it a shot, but I'm kind of like Jay too. I don't that movement style. I'm not really like. I can't get it down. I know that sounds crazy, but It ain't my cup of tea, man.
Playing that game, so that's why
Right.
I playing the
I
first
can't
one.
do the epileptic seizure like movement games, man. Like all that like super bouncing around. Like the last Call of Duty, I was like, all right, this looks nuts. I was like, I'm straight, super straight.
Yep.
So nah, the movement style I can't get with, man.
I would love to play it. It looks so beautiful. It looks so good, but I cannot die playing video games. I'm sorry. So can't.
Yep.
That's a very punk ass take of us.
I mean, it's the truth, bro. Like when Jay said it at first, I was like, and then I downloaded the new. Well, it was new back then. I downloaded the new Doom at the time, and I got into it, and I was like, man, it's moving like 100 miles an hour, and I just can't keep. It's like I really started to get a headache because I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. So
it's like, insane, bro. It is literally too much. I'm like, I can't do the like. It's too many things flying on the screen. Like what? I can't.
Yeah. So we'll go away from that, and then we'll hop into a game I think that we've all been anticipating. They showed a more in-depth trailer and kind of gave us some story mode vibes from Fable. So Jay, I'm gonna go to you first because you've played, I think, all of them, was what you told us in the past. I have seen people play Fable, never played it myself, but am very interested in this one for sure. So, Jay, what did you think about the trailer? Getting into more of the actual story mode and seeing that we have, was it Haley Atwell? She's going to be the main antagonist. So, how do you feel about the trailer, and is it definitely making you more excited to play the game in February?
So I'm gonna tell you right now how it made me felt. I'm trying to see how I can make some side money because I'm gonna be broke. Because Fable looks fucking amazing. It looks amazing.
It does.
Amazing. The trailer was great. They got we got to learn a little bit more of the story. And like you said, Haley Atwell is playing some kind of villain in the story, some kind of hero that kind of gets disillusioned and basically turns evil. And I guess our character is going to have to come face to face with her at some point in the story. They also put a 30-minute video of just some gameplay to show you how gameplay is when you're not fighting and going on missions and stuff like that. Because the thing about Fable, for the ones that haven't played it, Fable is a life sim, in a sense. It's a life sim plus an action adventure game. You can buy a house, you can work, you can buy businesses, you can you make money, and you can get married, you can have children. Like literally on Fable 2, you could have like a bunch of kids, and your kids are like following you on missions and shit. It's literally like how would you if you created a character, or you got dropped in this fantasy world, how would you exist in that fantasy world? That's what Fable is all about. And it's all about choices. You don't even have to be a good guy. You can be evil. You can be an evil hero or anti-hero. You can be all of that. Like if you were evil, your body would literally change like a Sith Lord. Like your eyes would go, turn yellow and red, and you grow horns out your head and stuff like that. So it was definitely cool. From the 30-minute gameplay that I saw, they kind of go more in depth on the morality system within the game, which has been a feature in all of the Halos. And the morality system, like I said before, is you can make choices on whether your character is good or evil, and the world reacts to the choices that you make. So if you're doing evil shit, people will dislike you. They will, like, one thing in the game, like one lady, she didn't like you, like the character, and she rose the prices up. She like rose her prices up in the store and tripled them because she didn't like the guy. So stuff like that. And when you can give money to somebody, you can give the money to the homeless, you can hire people to work your shop. You can apparently you can be a polygamist and have multiple wives and have multiple children. I'm gonna tell you one of the things a feature that I always wanted that they never did, and I'm very curious if they're going to add this in here, is seeing your kids grow up, because you could have children, but they always stayed a child. So I always wanted to like maybe fight alongside my son or daughter, and then we go on these battles and stuff like that. So I think that would be really cool if you can play alongside your children and shit. That would be really awesome. But yeah, I'm excited for it, man. This is going to be the first, and the graphics look amazing. Oh my god, this game looks beautiful. Fable is going to do really, really well. And I if I remember correctly, they're saying that this is going to be on Xbox, but I thought there was a rumor that this was also going to be on PlayStation too.
So
And
it is, just to give you that information. So what I heard today is apparently Asha tried to take this game away from PlayStation, but it had already been in the works from what's his name, Phil Spencer, before that. They gave them the word that they were going to go ahead and put it on PS5. So the game is still going to be releasing on Xbox and PS5 day one. So,
well, so if this happens, this is one of those games where you get people. This is Fable is one of the games that you gets people to your console. Yep. This is why this is one of the games that people jump over and like I want to join Xbox because they have Fable. Now that Fable is going on PlayStation, it's a good and bad thing, and I say it's a bad thing because it's not an exclusive anymore, but they're going to make some money. Oh my god, PlayStation fans are going to eat this shit up. Yeah. They're going to eat this up, so they're going to make some money selling it on the PlayStation platform, but if you got Game Pass, you're going to eat as well. You're going to eat because we're going to get it for free anyway. So, yeah, this is a AAA game, and it's sad that they moved it all the way to next year. But I'm excited. Go ahead and finish polishing it because hey, this is going to be a banger. It's going to be
gotta make this count.
Yes, they do.
What I've been told too, if they make another one, like I said, apparently Asha's been serious about the whole console exclusive thing. So. If they make another one, the next one probably won't be day one PS5, Xbox. It'll probably be Xbox exclusive. So, but she had to honor commitments from the previous regime. So it'll be that. And there's one more game that they said is going to be on there. Halo. Yeah. Those two games are automatically going to be on both PS5 and Xbox day one due to the previous regimes. Anything else after that, I know like y'all read, case by case basis. Anything Gears is going to be an exclusive now for sure for Xbox. So good that they're actually making some changes when it comes to that. But Marv, are you going to get Fable? How do you feel about it?
I heard Fable's fired. Like, it's so much stuff you can do. The thing that was crazy about Fable and how I ended up stumbling upon it is that what I thought it was the exact opposite of what that was. I did not know that's what it was. Like, kind of like what Jay was saying is that, like, it's really like a life sim. It's crazy because, like, I'm thinking this is about to just be like a massive just online RPG, but it's like, nah, like you really make a character and like you go through this thing, you can just do whatever you want to do. And it literally affects the game and what you can and can't do. And then like all the elements of the story, how they carry the universe along. I'm like, it's interesting as hell to play, man. So I think it looks great. And them pushing it off, I think that's a smart move because when they do drop, I feel like it's just throwing something in the mix because you kind of know, even though this year is like stacked with games, I feel like the marketplace makes things feel stale because, it's like everybody's playing things and the numbers are the numbers, but the media around the numbers they don't correlate, right? So I feel like when it does drop, it'll draw a lot of people to play. Another thing too, as well, is that like what EJ was mentioning, it's going to hit both consoles, so that's probably going to raise a lot of hysteria. So it's going to be interesting to see the numbers on both consoles and how the marketplace is taking it on across two different player bases. That's gonna be crazy, like super crazy.
They're gonna make crazy money off this game for sure. Real quick, I know we want to take some time to talk about Gears of War E-Day.
Hell yes.
Are you interested? Well, not interested, but how do y'all feel about Halo? Now, Halo does look amazing when it comes from a visual standpoint. It does look beautiful. We are getting 3 new missions that are going to be added to the original game. I haven't played Halo 1 in forever, so I'll probably, it'll be on Game Pass, so I'll probably play it again. But real quick, before we move to Gears of War, how'd y'all feel about the Halo drop?
I'll go first, Marv. I'm gonna say it's I'm not overly excited about the Halo campaign. I'm gonna play it just to play it, but this is not what I'm looking for. I think I think everybody knows in this chat I'm like the biggest Halo fan out of everybody in here. So I'm not excited really for this remake of the first game, and it's just a campaign. I'm ready for a continuation of the Halo story. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm tired of waiting. You know, 343 Industries. It's not 343 Industries no more. It's become something else. His Halo Studios now. I'm ready for the next thing. Like it's just crazy that I have an Xbox Series X and I don't have a major Halo title. You know, aside from what we had with Infinite, you know, we only got one Halo game, and that was a whole, the launch for that was a whole disaster in itself. Yeah, I'm just ready for the next thing. I'm going to play it, of course, because it's you know, I'm going to be able to play Halo next gen, the first Halo. Yeah, but I'm this is not and then it's also on PlayStation. So yeah, this is not a win in my book for me. It's not a win. This is actually an L, but I'm going to play it nonetheless. So.
Halo Studios is in the same spot as Naughty Dog. We'll talk about that when we get to the PlayStation state of play.
Yeah.
But Halo for you, how'd you feel?
I'm like, Jay, I want a new Halo. Like, okay, like we reskin the old one, great. You know, I'm like, what new features are you gonna add? Like, is it gonna play like the first one? Like, you know, I'm kind of just like, did it's on both consoles. Like, I mean, Jay just proclaimed he's the largest Halo fan in here. I've played all of them. I just don't talk about it as much.
We both have, me and Marvin played
all of them. Literally,
probably played all of them except for the first two together, probably. So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you play ODST.
I played ODST. I played all of them. I played all of them.
I played Wars. I played Halo Wars. I played Halo Wars 2. I
played all of them.
The DVDs. Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I didn't read.
Y'all know I was on Halo for like a smooth minute, but on the last one, just dolo. But I'm not pressed. It's like I'll try it out if it's on Game Pass, but I'm not. It's like, okay, it's the same. It's an old story, so it'd be cool to just replay it. But I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it's a brand new Halo. Like, what's like new and how are they gonna, you know, like what Jay said, extend the story? It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
I feel like it's too much. It's too much newness that was shown for me to get excited about that.
I'm with you. Let's transition to a game we're all excited for, and that's Gears of War E-Day. We heard, talk about it a couple years back. Last year they showed a brief trailer, but this year they kind of went in depth into exactly what we're getting. We'll be getting it October 6th this year, so before the whole GTA craze, so to give everybody a chance to really get into it, play it for at least a month, and see how everything is. But the game, like Jay said, looks amazing. It's beautiful. The graphics are stunning for sure. We get Dom back. We all know Dom's fate, so getting a chance to play as him again is going to be cool, and just to kind of see like where they started from. Some people online were talking about they were waiting for the next Gear, so I believe that's Gears 6. Gears 5 was actually pretty good. But it's going to be cool to actually see how everything started. Some of the books, which I didn't read, kind of talk about what happens with E-Day and everything. So some of those characters are going to be coming over into the game from what I've heard. What are y'all most excited for with this Gears of War E-Day release?
4-player co-op. 4-player co-op, bro.
Yeah, I'm co-op. Same 4-player co-op.
Be fire as fuck.
I was worried in the beginning. I was worried because when I was watching the trailer, they was only showing Marcus and Dom, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just a 2-player adventure. But then as the trailer went on, we learned that there's 2 new characters that joins the party, so that's good. Dude, this is aside from Fable, this is
it's gonna be a huge release.
Yes, it is, and it's not going to PlayStation. This is going to be fire. This is
it has to be good.
Yes, and I think it will be. First of all, this is probably the best looking Xbox next gen game I've seen so far. I thought for a long time.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is the best looking Xbox game that's come out this generation.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay.
Because to me, I thought Cyberpunk was gonna be that. No. We saw what happened.
Well, I'll tell you this: Cyberpunk has totally changed. So if you're basing it off day one, it's totally different.
But
I thought it was Senua. I thought Senua, the Senua's Hellblade 2 was probably the best looking Xbox game at the time. But then when I saw this trailer, the Coalition, oh my god, they cooking. They cooking. This game, like I feel like just watching the trailer, I felt immersed. Like they made E-Day, like they made the whole event look exciting. Like, you see this, apparently there's been some war that Marcus and Dom and Dom's brother had been a part of, and Dom loses his brother at some point, and they're just coming off a war, and then all of a sudden we're back at it again with the locusts coming out of nowhere and basically causing the apocalypse that we know before the events of Gears of War 1. And just seeing everything just looks so beautiful. Oh my god, this looks so beautiful. The gunplay looks so beautiful. The only thing I will say is that the horde mode and whatever multiplayer, I know they say it's supposed to be like 12v12 multiplayer. It has to be. They gotta bring it. Because the story is going to be there. The Gears of War story has always been strong. It's always been tight knit for the most part. But the life of the game has to last. So after the campaign, what do we have? And for some of us, that we might be fine with it because we already know what's coming after, in the next months anyway. So we ain't gonna be on Gears. We ain't gonna be on Gears like that anyway. We're gonna be on stealing cars and shit. So, it's gonna be much different.
It's gonna be a good divide though, because like Gears is like one of the most unique shooters ever. Like nothing else plays like Gears. So I think it's gonna be fire. I think the story's gonna be fire. Gears always has a fire story. It just seems chaotic. They changed the movement, so the movement is way more smoother. I think that's been like my biggest pet peeve about Gears. The movement is so damn clunky, my G. Like it's very like linear. You ain't really get any depth or curvature with the movement. So like how Marks and all these characters can like roll around and like dive and stuff now. Like it's way more smooth versus just feeling like you throwing a brick every time you turning right and ducking in and out of cover. So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah. I mean, I echo everything y'all said. I mean, the game looks amazing. Like Marv said, the whole slide and shoot thing and the getting in the deeper cover now than you could in the past, where you can like get low and actually get cover super low to the ground. All that looks fire. We know the story is going to be great. Me personally, I've never been a horde mode like multiplayer Gears. I play it for the story. So once the story is over, I'll be on GTA. But I do think that it has a lot to offer a lot of people. So it'll definitely be played down the road. Once people get their fix with GTA for a little bit, people probably hop back into horde mode for sure. So definitely looking forward to it. Definitely the best release of the showcase to me. Real quick before we hop over to PlayStation, a couple more games that they unveiled. So obviously they got Minecraft 2 Dungeons is coming out. Senua has a new type of game in 2027 coming out called whatever, the Hellblade, whatever. I think it's like, is it just Senua or is there an actual title for it?
It's just Senua. That's the title. Senua.
Okay. So they got that coming. Spyro is coming back, and then State of Decay 3 finally arrives in 2027, which I feel this game has been on the block for at least 15 years now. So the game is finally getting ready to come out. Anything y'all want to say about any of those, or are you ready to head over to PlayStation?
I'll say head over.
All right. PlayStation, before we hop, into all the games, one thing about PlayStation is at least for me, the games that they make are more my speed because I'm a story type of person. And so getting a chance to see their games is just a refresh because, we're finally starting to get new games on Xbox, but PlayStation has actually been putting out heat for a while. One of the things we'll get into at the end is obviously God of War. Laufey looks like it's going to be great. But a couple of games that we saw, like the first thing we saw is Wolverine. How are y'all feeling about that? It's going to be in the same universe as Spider-Man. Graphics look pretty good. I'm interested just to hear y'all thoughts on, is this a game you're going to pick up day one if you have a PlayStation, right? So,
I don't. I got to see more, man. I gotta really see more. It looks interesting, but with the stuff that's coming out on Xbox, I'm not sure if I'm convinced. I'm not sure if this is. And let me say this too and we're talking about God of War, right, or Wolverine?
Wolverine right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun. I'm thinking you're talking about God of War. We'll say that. Say that. Sneak peek. Anyway, Wolverine looks amazing. Looks amazing. Definitely going to cop it. Definitely going to get it. There was a conversation on whether the graphics was as good as Gears of War. It's not. Insomniac did not cook like the Coalition did, but it's good enough. I'm very curious to see the story. Apparently, this takes place in some kind of different, even though it takes place in the Spider-Man universe. Apparently, the X-Men don't really exist. They're not like a team. So this is definitely, Wolverine, as his own character before he joins the X-Men. Kind of doesn't make sense to me because Jean Grey looks like she's 40. Don't know how that works. So I guess the X-Men, when they do form, they're going to be all 40 and 50-year-old people. So that doesn't make no sense to me. But it does look interesting. I'm definitely going to buy it. I think it looks good so far. Love the gruesome, the brutality and the blood and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks good. I'm interested.
Marv?
Well, I don't have a PlayStation, but Wolverine does look fire. Wolverine does look fire. Is it compelling enough for me to that makes me buy a PS5? No. Or PS5? No. But it looks fire. I know it doesn't. It's definitely way more gorier and violent. So that's kind of like different per se for like a superhero game, in my opinion, from Marvel or DC. So I think it's dope. It's cool. Yeah.
For me,
it depends on the price that they're asking for it too.
Oh, you already know the price.
Nah.
Was that even a question? This is
right. This is insane.
Too many games, bro. We ain't doing that, man. These games, hey, you spend the 70 ball, you're only gonna get 7 months to play out of it, bro. Nah.
But for me, I'm definitely gonna fool with it. Big fan of the Spider-Man games from them. It looks like something that definitely is going to take inspiration from that. What I just want to see is, like I said, good story to me. If they have a good story, you can figure out a way to eventually explain to us what happens with the X-Men, like Jay was saying. All that's going to be good. So it looks good enough, like Jay said as well. So definitely something that I'll try out for sure. Interested, there's been controversy about like the whole healing factor and the health bar, and like when he gets shot, his suit actually heals when he heals too. So people are online tripping about that. But it is a video game and it is a superhero. So I mean, you can't really complain too much about this stuff. So, but yeah, definitely excited for that one for sure.
And it's stupid little arguments too. Like I think a lot of the people that the discourse that I've seen is, people critiquing Jean Grey's, looks, the saying that they could have made her more attractive, and they're comparing like how she looks in Marvel Rivals and stuff like that. I will say, I mean, she does look. My main thing is she looks much older. That's my only problem with it. And for a story that takes place before the X-Men is officially formed, we all know, if you follow any of the comics, like the X-Men were like, when they first formed, they were like teenagers. And she looks like she's 40, like she already had a kid and everything. So I'm like, why does she look so old?
Yeah.
So that was my only concern to it. So I don't know what they're doing with the story. We're going to have to wait to see, when I play it. But I know that's not a 20-year-old woman right there. I'm just saying that's not a 20-year-old Jean Grey. She's like weathered.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she's supposed to look like the Marvel Rivals. I mean, that'd be a little too risque for some of the kids out there if they made that in this game. But I do think when someone made a point and they joked and people were kind of getting on them, but they were like, she looked just like the person who played Mary Jane in Spider-Man. And I ain't gonna lie, they do kind of look alike. So for what it's worth, somebody was like, "Oh, y'all just mad because they're getting real people to play the characters." You can get a real person with red hair that looks different than the person who played Mary Jane. So to me, that's not a good comeback. Like, oh, it is what it. Just get another actress that looks different than what you had before. But to me, the game is called Wolverine, not Jean Grey. So I'm playing it to see what the story is of Wolverine. So we'll see how it is, but it'll probably do pretty well just for the simple fact that it is Wolverine. But moving on to another game, Jay, you had texted me during the state of play when I was on the road, and you were talking about the horror game. So the horror game you were talking about was Ill, right? From the showcase. I don't know. It looked pretty good to me. I mean, we know like Resident Evil fans, and this is going to be Sony's like their version of one of their next gen horror games. To me, it looks really cool. So I'll probably be on it. They don't have the Game Pass, so we are going to have to pay $70 for it. I'm gonna have to see actual real gameplay and like hear what people are saying before I spend $70 on it. But it does look good enough to warrant a try. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think when I saw the trailer, I knew this was like a game that would be up your alley. It definitely gives like a it's first person. It reminded me very much of a Resident Evil type game. Now, I'll be honest, probably not a game for me. Probably not a game that I'm gonna play personally. But I know you like that type of shit, EJ. So definitely, definitely looks fire. It looks. First of all, the game looks very good graphically.
Yeah.
The story that it's telling is like. It doesn't seem like it's just horror, but it's like it feels like it's almost psychological horror. Something's kind of happening inside this. I guess it looks like some kind of mental asylum or something, and maybe there's some kind of horror or supernatural aspect to it as well. But it looks very interesting. It looks very good. If I was more into those horror type games, I would get it. And at some point I may try when the price go down. But I'm not. If it's coming out $70, I'm definitely not buying it. But I might try it. It looked very good to me. I thought it was very good. The story looked interesting. So I think PlayStation have them on with this one.
Yeah, Marvin, you get a chance to see it?
I saw it. I agree, kind of with the same sentiments Jay was having. But that wasn't like my favorite horror trailer that I saw though.
Gotcha.
That was my favorite one from the show.
Yep. Let's move on to this game called Kamuri. Jay, did you see this one? And is this the type of game that you might play? This is not really one of the games that's up my alley, but when I saw it, I was like, Jay might be interested in it. From a Tokyo-based studio.
I had mixed feelings on the Kamuri trailer. I'm not exactly. I don't know if I'm the target audience for this game. It was it was doing a lot. It's doing a lot. I'm not even sure I understand like what the gameplay really is. It looks like a bunch of shit going on, and I'm to be honest, the game is you basically play some kind of they say yokai hunter, so it's like you're a ghost hunter in Japan, but it's very colorful. It looks really good, but it was just a lot of shit was going on in this trailer. I don't know if this is a day one cop. I don't know if it's a day one cop. I'm probably going to watch and get some reviews and see how it is before I try it. But it does, at first glance when you look at it, it looks, if you're an anime fan, it does look like something that you probably would want to jump into. But I'm not sure if this is one that's necessarily for me. But apparently it's up to 3-player co-op as well. So that's interesting.
It's just me and you on PS5, buddy. So
yeah, y'all got that one. When I saw it, I was gonna hit him with hey man, I'm gonna play this off stream, bro. You gonna finish this mission up off stream, bro. Yeah, I was like, I'm good on that one, brother.
Someone said it looks like Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
I see similarities. I get the similarities. I can see that.
Sunset Overdrive also is one of the most underrated games that came out on Xbox, by the way. But
that is true.
Talk about that on another day.
Yeah.
Next, I saw both of you talking about Onimusha, Way of the Sword. This is not me, but I'm gonna let you and Marv talk about this.
That
I
shit
play
fire.
more of like the whole Tokyo games. Like when it comes to what's the game that just came out with with the sequel to Jin's story?
You said Jin?
Yeah, Jin Sakai.
Oh,
You know.
Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost
Yeah,
of
Ghost of
Yoshi.
Tsushima. When we get into that kind of stuff with like the more kind of realistic, kind of going in like history type, lore type stuff, those are more of my. I don't really do the whole like Tokyo Asian playing zombies. I don't do all that kind of shit. So I'll let y'all talk about this one.
Well,
This shit was fire.
yeah, it was fire. I don't know if
Jay
you
was
played
right.
the demo yet, Marv. Did you play the demo?
Yeah, this shit was fire. Jay was right.
Tell us
Jay was
about it,
right.
Marv.
This shit fire as fuck. It's like, okay, imagine you mix like Ghost of Tsushima, a little bit of Elden Ring, and Dynasty Warriors all in one game. You get this.
Yeah,
Like the shit smooth as fuck, graphics cool as shit. Like Onimusha was fire when it was on PlayStation 2 when I was playing it back in the day. Like it's always been a dope game. It's just that like, okay, it's in a new gen and it's like, okay, how's this one gonna play? But it plays smooth. The story has never been just terrible in Onimusha, so it was fire. Me, I don't really mind samurai games. I think samurai games are fire, low key. It's just that like they don't make interesting like before Ghost of Tsushima, it's like it really wasn't that many. Then you had Sekiro, but Sekiro is hard as hell. So it was like nobody want to like have to perfect parry everything in order to like enjoy and have fun. So Onimusha is like something that's approachable. But it was a smooth demo, man. I think me personally, I think it's worth the bread.
Yeah, I'm definitely copying it. For the people that don't know about the Onimusha franchise, basically, it's a historical action game series where most of the story takes place in like feudal Japan during the time of Oda Nobunaga. If you played the recent Assassin's Creed Shadows, it kind of takes place during that time, except the biggest thing is demons have come into the world and have been like trying to take over feudal Japan essentially, and a lot of the warlords have become like consumed by demons. So it's actually very much anime. Like I would say this game. And Marv, you can tell me. I know you told me what you feel it as, but I looked at it as it felt like it felt like Ghost of Tsushima meets Resident Evil to me. It was it's kind of linear for the most part, but it kind of has this aspect of horror, but it's not too scary. Basically your character is Musashi Miyamoto, who is a historical person in ancient Japan, who was like an ancient samurai, and he fought like 1,000 battles and never lost. And they kind of took him, and one of the biggest things about the Onimusha series is that you get this kind of demonic gauntlet, anti-demonic gauntlet, and when you kill the demons, you're able to absorb their powers to become
shit. Yeah.
right. And this one is really cool because they're actually using a likeness of and also another legendary figure, which is a legendary actor named Mifune. He was in Seven Samurai, and they asked his estate could they use his likeness, and you're actually playing with a legendary actor, a deceased actor in his games, Mifune, to play another historical figure, Musashi Miyamoto, for the story. So Onimusha is very cool. At one point it was so popular they were actually going to make a actual theatrical film, but plans kind of fell through and we never got an adaptation of it. But I would love to see a film like this, because all of the games were pretty much very cinema like. So I would love to see it. But this game is really cool. The fighting is very in depth. So the demo was kind of easy for the most part, but I think they only did that because they wanted newcomers to come in and experience it, so they didn't want to make it a little bit too hard. I hope the demo's difficulty is not going to be the same as the final game. But the boss battle was actually very challenging. I don't know if you played against the boss yet, Mark, but the boss was actually very challenging, and I think he killed me like 3 times before I beat him. But it was very fun. It was a very fun game, so I'm excited for it. It's a day one cop for me.
Yeah. definitely depend if they taxing. It's so many games, bro. But it's up there. I would say definitely top 6 like worthy pickups like day one.
Yep. And if you like the RE engine from Resident Evil 9, it uses the same engine too. So it looks good.
Yeah.
It's crisp graphics.
I will watch y'all, so y'all enjoy. And everyone watching the SHU program, we'll have gameplay and clips. So definitely, it'll be something. Like it's a beautiful looking game for sure. It's just not my cup of tea, but I will definitely watch y'all play it for sure. A couple other games really quickly before we hop on to some of the bigger ones. So Phantom Blade Zero. Stop me if y'all want to talk about some of these. I'm gonna run through them real quick. So Phantom Blade Zero, that was shown as well. Rayman Legends, wow, that's an old one. So they're bringing that back and telling that from the beginning. It's called Rayman Legends Retold.
I might play it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of a fan of Rayman. I love the platformer, the Rayman platformer type game. So I would probably play that, and that's something I could. Actually, my wife played a little bit of Rayman with me over the pandemic. So I think we could kind of bring that one back. So we might have to play that one.
I feel you. I just out of the platformers, Rayman was never my guy.
It wasn't my thing, man.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing.
Felt too close to Earthworm Jim, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Another game too, Silent Hill. Townfall, which I will say I'm not a Silent Hill guy per se. I like more watch people play that, like Marvin was talking about on YouTube. But you have a black protagonist.
The black lead.
Yeah, I was about to say they have a black protagonist.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like, y'all might have us. Y'all might have us, bro.
That's where I was going with it. That's where I was going with it. So it does have a black protagonist now. We at the SHU program are very high on black protagonist main characters. So it might be something I have to try. It might be something
I have to see what that's here for, bro.
Yep, for sure.
Good way to get us into the games. Good way to get us into the games.
Of course. Another game unveiled was called Stuntman Hollywood. I'm not really too much into that one, but it looked interesting. There was a game called The Lost Wild. Now we'll say Tomb Raider. I don't know if y'all played the newer ones that came out in the late 2010s.
I did.
They have a new Tomb Raider now. They're kind of, to me, it's weird. It feels like it looks good, but it feels like the graphics have devolved from the ones that we had in the 2010s, which is weird. I don't know, but I like the character model of Laura and the ones that they remade and the newer ones that they made. This one is cool, but it looks more arcadey. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
It looks super arcadey.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, throw back to the original ones. I think that's exactly why.
Yeah, it felt like what was that game that they did back in Dead to Rights? That's what it felt like, bro. Looking at it looked like Dead to Rights, bro. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, now, if I can get it on sale, for like the 15 or something like that, then maybe. But I don't know if I'll buy like the full game. I don't see myself buying it. What about you, Jay?
Right.
Probably not. I would have to see a little bit more too. But I'm like you. I did like the remake trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm probably gonna wait. It got to be a discount game for me to play. That's not a $70 game for me. And I want to say this too, real quick. I'm glad that we having a lot of discussion in the gaming community. I'm glad there's a lot of discussion on whether games should be valued at $70 now and be $40. Because we need to get back to that. Some of these games are not fucking $70. I'm sorry.
Say that. Preach. Most of them aren't, bro. Most of them aren't.
I'm with you.
All of them, they because here's the problem that's be happening, man. They're trying to make everything live service, bro. I said that last season, bro. They trying to make us get into this live service thing. I'm like, this is not $70 worth of material. Then they try to trick you and be like, oh, you see these games that pop out that be like the 40 ball, like an Arc Raiders and all these other games, right? And then they be fired for the moment. And then after a while, you be like, bro, it's taking them like 6 months to release new content. Like, why? I'm not playing this no more. Then by the time they do, we on something else. So it don't have no staying power.
Yeah,
you don't have no staying power, man.
Yep, we'll see. But like Jay said, I'm not spending 70. Like that game comes in cheaper, it could be a possibility. But more for me, it's probably going to be like when they put it for the 20 or the 15. So I'll wait. I'll wait for that. One game that I was excited about for sure. I don't know if y'all ever played this, but Until Dawn #1 was fire. I saw the movie. I liked the movie as well. So Until Dawn 2 is coming out. Definitely is a day one cop for me. What y'all feel?
Well, first off, I heard the Until Dawn movie was booty cheeks. So
You also think other popular movies that are like A-rated are
Contrary,
I can't really go with you on that. But continue.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I have not seen it. That's what I heard. I was told that it was booty cheeks. Get on them, don't get on me. That's what I heard. I haven't seen it. I haven't played the Until Dawn series. I heard it's very popular. So I probably, again, I'm not a big horror player guy, so I'm probably going to skip that one unless it's on some kind of super discount that makes sense. So I'll probably be watching you play it, but yeah, I probably going to skip that one.
Yeah, I feel you. Another one we got a little trailer for was Marvel. I think it's like called Tokon Fighting Souls. That looks really interesting. It reminds me of like Marvel vs. Capcom type gameplay.
Yeah,
I'm interested in that one because it's kind of like Street Fighter version of this, like a you know what I mean. So y'all gonna copy that or what?
I mean, they gotta. First of all, it's coming out on PlayStation. We haven't heard any news on Xbox yet, so. It was supposed to come out in June. It was supposed to come out this month. Then I think they pushed it back to August. So yeah, whenever the game comes out, I've been seeing on social media that people got the game. The people in the fighting game community, the FGC, they seem to be getting the game before everybody. So I guess they're gonna be kicking everybody ass because they playing it. But I'm planning on getting it. I'm a fighting game guy, so I'm definitely probably gonna copy it at some point.
Gotcha. They talked about season 2 of Marathon. I know we didn't really get on that, but that was dropped as well. And then to end things with PlayStation, God of War, Laufey. So I'll just say to start off before we really get too deep into it, a lot of controversy online about the character. Why is Kratos not in the game? It being a woman. Them telling the story outside of Kratos' story. As someone who enjoyed both of the last 2 God of Wars, I will say from a story perspective, I do think it's cool to see them kind of dive into her story a little bit more. If you played the game and played some of the missions, they kind of give you some of her backstory within the game, just enough to like tease who she was as a character. So it'll be cool to actually see what they do with it. I'm a little disappointed, obviously, because I did want to see the whole what we were told that Kratos probably going to Egypt thing. So maybe that's that they did say that Kratos is going to return. So probably that may be a couple years down the line. But it'd be good to see what they do with this one. How did y'all feel about just the trailer and then overall just how you're feeling of the direction of God of War for right now?
It looked fire to me.
It looks interesting. I'm not. Well, first off, I think one of the biggest problems for me was in some of the gaming community too. No one asked for this game.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were like what EJ said. They kind of want to see it continue. They wanted to see there was a high amount of people wanting to see a continuation of Kratos' story and possibly a game with Atreus. And I think people would have, appreciated that more. But I think but then you have all the the He-Man woman haters all on Twitter and social media.
Incels.
Yeah, all that them people that anytime you have a woman leading, a game or there's too many women, like I don't know if you guys.
White guys?
Even in the James Bond game that came out, everyone was getting on. Oh wow, James Bond's boss is a woman. Woke. I'm like, do you watch the fucking James Bond movies? His boss has always been women for the majority of the movies, especially in the Daniel Craig films until the character passed away. But anyway, yeah, I want to see where it goes. I'm probably going to get it, to be honest. I'm a God of War fan. I kind of want to see, but I think what we are seeing is I think we're going to see an explanation to the multiple the universe of how all of these gods can exist into one. So I think they're probably doing that through this game,
Right.
and that's probably what I'm interested for. So I'm again, it's not what I wanted, not what I was, interested in, but I'm gonna play it and see what it's going for. We'll see.
Yep. Marv, what about you?
I thought it looked fire, personally. I think it looks fire. I think my only thing is it's kind of like who asked for this versus just like why aren't we just continuing on with the main story versus so like I don't know how much this is gonna actually tie in with the canon of God of War. You dig what I'm saying? Especially with what we rumored and have read about to be true, like him going to Egypt or like, he's moving away from like the Greek gods to like fighting like other, saying gods of like other parts of history. You know what I'm saying? So, which to me, I feel like that's just more compelling than not. But I mean, outside of the gameplay with fire, the graphics and gameplay with fire, I just don't know what the story is going to be and if it's going to be that compelling for people to just want to jump on board and play, let alone me. And that's God of War. You know what I'm saying? That's an exclusive. They got that. And it's like, so that's like a strong title that they make, and it sure is going to be a hit versus just throwing out one that's just basically a brick against the wall.
Yeah, for me personally, like I said, playing the last two games, someone who's played the older God of War games as well. Right now with where we're at, and then like I said, with playing, in the last game in Ragnarok, you learn a lot about Faye from other characters, and they talk about her. And from what it sounds like, she was probably one of the strongest God of Wars in all the pantheon of gods in general. Is what they talk. They always talk about her fight with Thor and like leveling an entire city and all this kind of crazy stuff. So we've learned a little bit about the character being super strong. People were afraid of her in the world. Kratos talks to other people who talk about how fierce she was. So it would be cool to actually kind of dive into her story. The interesting thing to me, though, is with her going into this realm of like the gods and all the God of Wars who died and like being in this area. And what it's been alluded to is that all the gods that Kratos killed in the Greek pantheon will probably show up at some point in this. That is exciting to me because obviously they're there waiting for Kratos. She's there. She's Kratos' wife. So the whole interaction between those two realms now, and like Jay mentioned, if they kind of take from this and kind of show how Kratos is going to eventually find his way to Egypt or another, region or whatever, I think this game will kind of tie stuff together from the God of War, with Ragnarok and all that, to him going to Egypt or wherever. So I'm excited for it. Like I say, story is my thing. I think this could add a lot to the story, talking about Atreus' mom and just what's going on. So I will probably definitely be getting day one like I did Ragnarok and the God of War before that. So good visuals. Gameplay looks tight. So I'm down for it for sure.
I was also going to say too, I think a lot of people's issue, I think people are just so ready for the next like installment with Kratos. You remember, this is not the only recent God of War game that came out. Actually, God of War: Sons of Sparta, the 2D side scroller game that came out in February of this year for the PlayStation 5. People were complaining about that because it was first of all, it was another prequel game. And if you didn't know anything about God of War, they sure love doing prequel stories about Kratos. Like, this nigga had so many fucking adventures. God damn. And but it was another prequel game, and it was cool because T.C. Carson actually came back to voice Kratos. So people did love that. And I think maybe Santa Monica Studio thought that was probably going to get a lot of people back, but no, they're waiting for the next one. They don't want to see any more prequel stuff. They want to see, they want to see the continuation, much like the Halo fan base wants the continuation. So I think when this game got announced as the next Halo game, it just, oh God, they're like, oh my brother, God damn, y'all just do not want to give us what we want. So
here's how I feel about that. There's two things with that. Number one, be happy with what you're getting, because we got studios out here not making The Last of Us for the last decade. They keep putting out remasters of the same two games We've had 2 remasters of 1 and 2 over the last decade. So you're at least getting a new game from Santa Monica Studios that is not remakes or remasters. That's number one. We've been waiting on a next Uncharted game that they pushed back. We don't even know when we're getting that. So please be happy that you're actually getting new content and new games to come in and fill the void. Because Santa Monica Studios is holding it up for PlayStation right now with actual new material. Because they've had 3 God of War games over the last decade as opposed to nothing from those other 2 genres, which are supposed to be tent poles for PlayStation. So that's number one. Number 2, the game itself. I know that they don't want to do prequels, and I get all that. I totally understand that. But this isn't a prequel. This takes place during the same time that the last 2 games took place, and it's going to give you story that adds to Kratos' mythos and lore, talks about his family. Obviously, like, this is the mother of his son, Atreus, so take the game for what it is. If you got to wait 2 more years till we get Kratos, I understand. I wanted that game too, but we got what we got. It looks fire. I'm gonna hop into it. That's all I'm saying.
I have one comment, and that one comment is we ain't never getting no Uncharted ever again. So let's get that out of our minds right there. That's done. That boat has sailed. We're never seeing Nathan Drake ever again.
I mean, that's not. That's contrary to what we've heard recently, but
they can draw some new stuff, bro. You never know, man.
What I'm saying, Marvin, is we've heard recently, and I've specifically heard this within the last 3 months. Nathan Drake is something that they do want to continue on the next system. So we don't have it now, but it's not to say we'll never get it. We won't get it in the future now. And I don't know if that's going to be Nathan himself or his daughter who's going to take over. That was in the last game at the end.
Right.
I'm told Uncharted, they're not throwing it out the window. It may not be Nathan, but it will be somebody in that universe.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
He said,
now, The Last of Us, they need to go ahead and make that damn game because they've been teasing 3 for forever now.
Yeah, they got to quit playing.
Yeah, make the game, bro. Like, we don't need remasters anymore. We're good. So,
well, we didn't hear anything about the Last Heretic, which is supposed to be Naughty
Dog's a new joint.
Oh yeah.
I was very pissed.
Yeah, I was concerned about that for sure. Definitely concerned about that. We could have at least got a trailer. It didn't have to be a long trailer, but we could have got like something like 45 seconds, kind of delving into the story.
Yeah, like what's the deal?
Yeah, so not excited that they didn't show that.
Yep.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
Yeah. When it comes to Nintendo, I personally, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did not watch this at all. So I do have a Switch, the Switch 1. I'm not buying the Switch 2. Was there anything that stuck out to you guys from that particular showcase that you want to talk about now? I know the whole Star Fox remake thing is coming. That's an intriguing game, but it's like I'm not buying that. Probably, to be honest with you. So
it's not compelling enough to get to pay the price for a Switch 2. But I will say this: I ain't gonna lie, I watched the Nintendo Direct. If you are a JRPG fanatic, like, this was basically a wet dream for you. Outside of that, it was all ports. All of it, like most of it was ports. So it's like, oh, okay, that's just a port. That's a port. That's a port. Y'all just bringing something from old and bringing it over for the Switch. So I wasn't really compelled. I know everybody's excited about Zelda Ocarina of Time coming to the Switch too, and that being like a re-release or whatever, right? And I mean, that's cool. I remember Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite N64 games of all time. But yeah, it's just like, it's an RPG. It's a JRPG. It was a JRPG nerd fest, and it's like, it was some dope games that has some great artwork. Like, I think the new Final Fantasy that they're making for the Switch is dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's some cool things. Now the thing is just like, Nintendo's still bugging out about them prices, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of
for a handheld. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's really crazy. Like, insane.
And the graphics are super mid to me, so it's just like, why am I paying premium dollar for games that I can play on PlayStation?
Bro, some Switch games are more expensive than Xbox games, though.
That's ridiculous, bro. Like, it's not this. Anyone who bought it for you, I still think is an idiot. I don't understand that. I really don't get it.
Yeah, Nintendo is known for not reducing prices, not, discounts come by very, very rare. I would say I agree with everything Mars said. I think he left out one game, and I think that was probably the major news out of all of the Nintendo Direct, and that was the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 4.
Gotcha.
Can't wait. That's all I'm going to say. Can't wait. We didn't really get much. I mean, it was very. We got it. We got some gameplay, which was cool. I don't know what the hell is going on, because I played the last one. It ended in a way where it was a solid ending. They did have a ending scene that had Sora into the real world, but it was very ambiguous. We didn't know what it was, but it seems like he's came into the real world somehow. I don't know what's going on. There's some new characters in there. Yeah, so we'd love to see more, but I'll tell you one thing about Square Enix. Square Enix is a company that loves to tease you, and you could be 14 years old and you had just done playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and you could be 25 by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
You can be 35 by the time Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, whatever. I need a date, Square Enix. But we also the third Final Fantasy and the Final Fantasy VII remake got announced too. Final Fantasy VII Revelations. So that got announced as well. So we got to see some gameplay for that too. So. But Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably the one that made everybody kind of jizz in their pants because nobody expected it.
Gotcha. Well, you let us know how that is, Jay. I'm probably going to sell my Switch very soon, to be honest with you. I haven't played Switch in probably 2 years, so yeah. But other than that, fellas, I mean, that's really the major news from gaming. Marv, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we head out?
Y'all fool with that Stranger to Heaven, cuz?
I saw gameplay. It's like I said, to me, I don't really get into like some of those games where it's like they feel like all the same type of genre, like Yakuza and all that. It kind of feels like that to me. I don't play Yakuza, so I probably won't, but I might watch people play it online. But sounds like you're interested.
It sounds compelling, bruh. I'm trying to see like some actual real live gameplay and get into it, but I'm like, they hyping the hell up about this game, man. The Japanese don't really do all of that. So I'm like, why is this, what's the drive? That's what I'm intrigued by.
Yeah.
Like what's pushing them so heavy to make this game, not something else?
I feel you.
I would say it reminded me of that game. There was some kind of game that came out, some indie title, and it had like all the 90s, 80s, side stars. Like what was it called? It was something of Dogtown or whatever, and that game flopped. It was some kind of shooter. So put all the Quentin Tarantino actors were in it. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. I'm not exactly sure where they're going with that game. I'm probably not copping that. That's definitely not going to be on my buy list. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching and seeing other people play it.
Word.
But yeah, this I think September is going to be a very stacked August. Yeah, and 2K, 2K. I know EJ, but 2K, I got to see what 2K coming out. I got to see.
You don't even have to ask. I'm not buying that, so don't even. That's not even a thing. So don't even.
I'm not buying it.
I'm about to get off this game, so don't even worry about it.
I'm not buying it.
I'm just gonna be real. NBA games. Unless we talking about, I know Marv was talking about you want to play the run, but anything from 2K is a non-buy for at least the next decade for me. So
he said a non-buy.
Yeah, they don't innovate. They make things ridiculously hard for no reason. The game is devolving before our eyes. The graphics, the gameplay, everything. Like it's getting worse every single year. So don't have to worry about 2K. They will be getting zero of my time. Zero.
No, I feel you. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that since we're pushing this last bit of time for this generation of consoles, that we're seeing all these amazing graphics and amazing gameplay that 2K, with all of the money that they've stolen from us with this VC, that they actually decided to do something. So we'll probably learn more as the summer comes, but sometime after the finals probably, because they're probably going to use a Wemby or Jalen Brunson as a cover player. So
Jalen Brunson. If the Knicks win, I will bet you $1,000 on Kalshi that Jalen Brunson will be the cover athlete. So, yep, guaranteed.
I agree.
But I won't be playing it, but I'll definitely see the cover. Yep.
Yeah.
But other than that, fellas, I think that's really it for this episode of the SHU Program. Unless y'all got anything else, I think we're good.
No, I think we're good, man. I think it's a good episode. It's a lot of game content, man, coming.
Yep, and we'll definitely be doing a GTA focus one whenever they release that next trailer. So I'm interested in that.
Boy.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. So, but take us away, Mar, for sure.
All right, man. Well, that ends up another episode of the SHU Program, man. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Feel free to follow us on all social media platforms, man, at the SHU Program. Check us out on Spotify. Follow our individual pages, man, and just get at us, man. Stay in touch. Stay in tune. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Feel free to follow us on all social media platforms. Catch us over on Spotify at the SHU Program and any other DSPs that you prefer to listen to podcasts on. Also follow us over on Instagram at the SHU Program. Follow us on Twitter at SHU_program. And also tap in with us, man. Ask any questions. Feel free to follow, DM us, reach out. If you like anything, follow us on YouTube. Please let us know, man. We really, really appreciate you all listening. We appreciate you all's feedback and tapping in with us content-wise, man. We would love to get to know you and figure out who's listening to us and what you all would like to see, and just for showing us consistent love week after week. Thank you all so much.